Hello, friends. Today on Story Time with Lorelei, we are reading another book in the Little Animal Adventure series. You can find all the other books on my channel. And don't forget to click the like button and share this video with all of your friends. So let's read together Little Mouse's Rescue. Squeaky was a little mouse who lived on a farm. She slept in a cozy nest high off of the ground. She loved to race through the great stalks of wheat and to play hide and seek with her friends. But most of all, she loved to sneak into the farmer's kitchen and nibble on the crumbs she found there. This was a very dangerous thing to do because two big, mean tomcats lived in the house. "I'm not afraid of those cats," the foolish little mouse always said. One day, Squeaky called down to her friends, Max and Rosie. "Wake up, sleepyheads! We're going on an adventure!" It didn't take long for Squeaky to convince her friends to join her. The little mice sneaked under the back door of the farmer's house. Then they quickly climbed up to the kitchen counters, where they found all kinds of wonderful foods. Squeaky looked at Max and Rosie with a great big smile. "Dig in," she squealed. After the mice had eaten their fill, they scurried safely out of the house. That night, Max and Rosie slept soundly, but Squeaky tossed and turned. She couldn't stop thinking about all of the delicious food in the farmer's kitchen. "Perhaps if I had just a small nibble of something, I would be able to fall asleep," she murmured. So the foolish mouse hopped down from her nest and dashed back into the house. She crept past the sleeping cats and headed straight for the kitchen. Squeaky climbed on to the kitchen counter. "Wow!" she gasped. "More treats!" She quickly began stuffing herself. She ate bread crust, cheese, nuts, fruit, and even some cake. Finally, Squeaky stopped eating. She could not squeeze in another bite. Said the little mouse sleepily. "That was the best snack I ever had." She yawned and stretched. "Maybe I should lie down for a couple of minutes before I head back home." In an instant, Squeaky was sound asleep. Rosie soon discovered that Squeaky was not in her nest. "I know where she's gone," said Rosie. "To the kitchen." Max was still sleeping, so Rosie found a few other friends, and together they searched the kitchen high and low. They looked in the teapot and in the drawers. Finally, Rosie spotted Squeaky. "There she is," Rosie called, "in the flour sack." The little mice tried to wake Squeaky, but she was too full and too sleepy. The only response they got was a loud snore. "We'll have to carry her," Rosie decided. "But be very quiet. We don't want to wake up those awful cats." The mice lifted their fat friend and began creeping out of the house, past the two big cats. Suddenly, one cat raised its head and opened an eye. "Oh no!" gasped Rosie. Then the big orange cat slowly closed its eye and went back to sleep. That was a close one, whispered Rosie. The mice carried Squeaky safely outside and headed toward her nest. On the way, they met Max. The mice put Squeaky down. They wanted to see if she could walk by herself, but she could not even open her eyes. She'd better be grateful for what we're doing, grumbled Rosie as she pushed Squeaky along. If I hadn't gone after her, she would have been the cat's breakfast. The mice tried carrying Squeaky again. She's just too heavy, complained Rosie. I need to stop and rest. Not yet, whispered Max. What if the cats wake up and come after us? What if an owl sees us standing around? Look, it's not much further to Squeaky's nest. You're right, sighed Rosie. Let's keep going. After much huffing and puffing, the mice finally made it home, safe and sound. The next morning, Squeaky listened as Max and Rosie told her all about their adventure. Squeaky couldn't believe how foolish she had been. How can I ever thank you for rescuing me? She asked. Just promise you'll never do that again, said Max. We wouldn't want to lose you over some silly treats, added Rosie. I promise, said Squeaky. Besides, the best treat is having good friends like you. Did you know the mouse belongs to the rodent family, which includes squirrels, chipmunks, groundhogs, gerbils, and hamsters? Mice gnaw on almost anything they find. They will damage books, furniture, clothing, and electrical wires. They will even gnaw on a piece of soap. Mice can hear well, but they have poor eyesight. Their long whiskers help them feel their way around in the dark. When mice are born, they have pink skin and no fur, and their eyes are closed. Fur covers their bodies when they are about 10 days old. Their eyes open when they are about 2 weeks old. Mice protect themselves mainly by hiding. Whenever they have to go out into the open to look for food, they scurry as fast as they can. Mice have many enemies, including owls, dogs, foxes, snakes, hawks, cats, and of course, humans. Hello, friends. If you go to my YouTube channel, Storytime with Lorelei, you will find a link to a Google Doc with all of my other books listed by name and genre. Please subscribe and don't forget to share my channel with all of your friends. Bye for now.